So in this video I'm going to show you how to put stealth strips on your climbing sticks. I have the TETHRD ONE stick. This is factory. So we're going to make our stick go from this to this with the stealth strips on them. Alright, so stay tuned and we'll get to it. So some stuff you're going to need would be a tape measure. A speed square you don't necessarily need. I'll show you how to use the speed square and how to do it without. A pencil, knife, or any knife you have, a sharp knife, or scissors. So we will get to it and we'll work through this step by step, and I'll show you how I do it and what works for me. So step one, you want to separate your sticks so they're not all bundled up. They just pop off like that. They have these little plugs here and they just slide into each other. So you just push up on them and they pop right off. So the next thing we're going to do is remove this rope. She's off. Set that to the side. Now we have our bare stick. We are going to peel off this warning label right here. I'm just going to cut it off and remove it. If you want to, you can cut it off and peel it really nicely and save the label. I am not going to do that. All right, so I'm going to put a little pressure here and just kind of run down this seam with my knife. Real nice and easy. Boom. And then you can just peel this off. Boom. Now we're going to measure the length of the stealth strips that we need to cut. Go on the back side, measure from that point to the ring. Don't go on the side. And then you can do the same. If you stay on the back side and do your measurements, you come from there to there. So these are the one sticks. I've already measured this. This will be 3 7/8. This is 11 7/8. Each different stick and each different company is going to have different measurements, but this is strictly for the TETHRD ones. So I've got 4 sticks, 3 7/8, 11 7/8. They send you with a roll of the stealth strips, not individually cut pieces, so you have to cut them yourself. So simple math, if I've got 3 7/8, 2 of them is going to be 7 3/4, 3 will be 11 5/8, and 4 will be 15 1/2. So I'll have 15 1/2 inches I need just for these small pieces. The bigger pieces will be 11 7/8, 2 is going to be 23 3/4. 3 is going to be 35 5/8, and the fourth one would be 47 1/2. So I've got 47 1/2, 15 1/2 for total lengths, giving me 63 inches of stealth strips. I'm really hoping we have that much on here. I don't know if they sent me enough for 3 or for 4, but we'll get a measurement. So needing 63 inches, I have, oh my goodness, I've got 63 1/2 inches, so we don't have a lot of room for error. What you want to do is you're going to want to flip the stealth strip over. So you have the paper side up, and depending on how you want to work it, whether you want to do the long pieces first or the short pieces first, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to go with the long one first. So long one was 11 7/8. Just going to mark that here. Okay. And then we said 23 3/4. I'm going to mark that one here. And then from there is 35 5/8. And then from there would be 47 1/2. Now we're going to go on to our small ones, which were 3 7/8. So for my last mark, I'm going to put my tape there. We're going to go 3 7/8. 7 3/4, 11 5/8, and then 15.5. Now that we've got everything marked out, I was using a pencil. The pencil's fine, it just doesn't do a great job. I went and got a fine point Sharpie. I'm gonna use that to make my lines. There's two ways you can do it. One is with a speed square, which if you don't have a speed square, not a big deal. I'm actually not going to use this way. I'm just going to show you how to do it this way, which is pretty simple. So we'll start with our first mark here at 11 7/8. You hook your speed square onto your tape. Make sure it is good on the side. Everything's tight. And then you just trace it along the edge like that. And now that's a square mark because you want to make sure your cuts are square. The way I'm going to do it, and this is the way I would recommend, is you take your tape and you fold it up to your next mark, okay? Make sure your tape's in line. If your edges are good, like this, your edges are good, then you can just follow the end of your tape right clean across. And there's your line. That's a square line. And we'll continue doing that moving forward. We'll come down to the next mark. Make sure our edges are good. And there we are. And we'll mark it. Once we get these all marked out, then we cut them with scissors. Follow our line. Make sure you have good sharp scissors. You could use a sheetrock knife on a piece of wood. I'm not going to do it on the pool table, obviously. All right, so that's it. All four are cut. Everything's the same size. 3 7/8, 11 7/8. We are now going to install these. This is what we have left over. Maybe 3/8 of an inch. So I'm going to do the small one first, the 3 7/8. You got this thing there, so you have to slide in behind that. And that's where I'm going to start. You want to make sure your sticks are upright. You're going to want to get the center of this right on there. We're going to set it in like that. Press the center down and work it around. Okay, so I hit the ring. And now I'm just going to press this center down right up through. Okay. Now at this point, you see what we got? It's stuck in the center here. We work one side at a time around. Okay. And we'll just keep working this side right around. Just like this. Now they make these things so that there's a little bit of an overlap. Okay. So now the seam is in the back. Front's good. Top one is installed. All right, now the longer one's a little bit of a different story. You don't want to peel all the tape off, because if you peel all the tape off, you're going to end up with a mess. What we're going to do is just get a little bit of the paper off the back. I'm just going to peel off 3 inches, 3-4 inches. Keep it centered. You're going to tuck it right up underneath this thing and get to that ring. Put a little bit of pressure there. Center the tape up with the rest of the one stick. And start working that down. Now at that point, pull the paper out from underneath and keep pressing that in. Try to keep it as centered as possible. Once you get to the bottom, it gets a little tricky because the step is actually raised up from where you got to get to. So I'm just going to peel that off and then tuck it in. There we go. All right. So now we work that same as we did on the top. Work one side around. I'm going to keep it pulled up tight to the ring. Now work the other side up. Like I said, there's an overlap. Keep it nice and tight to the ring. Boom. Then I work it down, pulling it up. And that is it, guys. Tethered one stick with the stealth strips. Looks great. Seams in the back. Last but not least, we got to put the rope back on. So we took it off. We'll put it back on. You just loop it around like this. Pull it nice and tight. Got that bottom ring there. Just back up and around. Pull it tight. You have little notches here. I go down, around. Boom. That's it. There's your stick. Well guys, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully it was helpful in getting your stealth strips installed on your climbing sticks. So to all you going out there, good luck and happy hunting. Later.